Guys, I have a confession to make. A few months ago, when we started being able to offer vitamin D tests in the office, I jumped on the chance right away because I know how important our vitamin D levels are. And I'm sure most of you have been seeing the research and hearing the comments on how vital vitamin D is, not only for bone health, but immune system health, mood function, depression, anxiety. It's a really important number, probably the most important number that you can know, I would say, above even your blood pressure and your cholesterol, because really vitamin D goes into helping all of those systems function the way that we're designed. So here's my confession. I got my vitamin D tested. I was regularly taking my vitamin D supplement. And when I got tested, I was in an okay range. Like, I was actually pretty good, comfortable for where I thought. But it was close to the spring, summertime. So I wanted to do a little experiment. I love sunshine, and we know that that's one of the major places that we can get the best vitamin D, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to stop taking my vitamin D, and I'm going to commit to getting at least 20 minutes of sunshine with as much skin exposure as possible, as many days of the week as I could. And I was probably getting a good, during the week, I would say 3 to 4 days. We would work out outside between adjusting shifts, and we were sweating in the sun. It was great. And then on the weekends, if anybody knows me, knows I'm laying outside, I'm working, with my flowers, I'm, in gardens. Those are things that I love to do. And I was in the sun a lot. I got a pretty good tan too. Here's the thing, when I tested my vitamin D again at the end of August, it was beginning of September, I had a whole summer of great sun exposure, right? I was shocked to see that my D levels had dropped 20 points, putting me below the acceptable range. I was floored. So you know what that tells me? The amount of sun that we need to produce the amount of vitamin D that our bodies need is a lot more than what we think. And what we experience here in Iowa and in the Midwest, we only see the sun a good 3, maybe 4 months out of the year if we're lucky, and we're getting those right type of sun rays to help produce vitamin D. So for me, I'm continuing the experiment, and I'm continuing to take my vitamin D, check it regularly so I can see what works for me. I have great news. We have that opportunity for you guys to do as well. In our office, we have at-home kits that you can take home. You collect your blood spot sample, we send it into the lab, and then we sit down and we meet and we figure out, okay, what is an acceptable range of vitamin D serum for me, for you? Right? And then we can come up with a plan to try and build that up. I want you guys to ask Dr. H about his experience with vitamin D too. So he can share a little bit about his testimony with that. But you guys can do that too. And if you've already had your vitamin D checked by another doctor, great. I'm so glad that they did it. Let's bring those numbers in, because I promise you their levels of normal are sometimes different than our levels of normal, and I would love to explain why. So bring those in. Ask the front desk how to get your D3 testing kit today. And we may even have a special going on if you buy more than one. Your initial test and your retest. So ask us how to learn more, and we'd love to help you out, but know your vitamin D number.